Hello Pixies, and welcome to today's prep and pack with me for Disney. This is going to be like an ultimate pack with me because we are going to be at Disney World, or in Disney of some sort, for 3 weeks. Yes, 21 days in a form of Disney. So we're doing a split between quite a few days at Walt Disney World as well as a cruise, a very merry time cruise on the Disney Wish. So I'm very excited about it. So let's jump back in time to all of the cruise prep, getting ready for this, and getting these suitcases all packed because I am so excited to take you along. So if you are ready for all of the packing motivation coming at you, click the thumbs up button and let's jump into it. Hello you guys, welcome to the countdown to the cruise. I don't know what this video is, prep for the cruise video, but we are going on a Disney cruise. It is 8:40 in the morning and we are, let me double check, hold on, I don't want to say the wrong date. We are 228 days away from our very first Disney cruise. Are you so excited? Yeah? We're gonna be going on the Wish for a very merry Christmas cruise, and I am so excited. It'll be the girls and I's first cruise. Dean has cruised with other cruise lines, but it'll be his very first Disney cruise. So very exciting, but we're here at the post office, exciting things. For one, to drop off some packages, but also because we're applying for our passports today. We have an appointment here in just a few minutes. So we're gonna head inside and get that all squared away. Dean's had expired. We don't have passports, so we're gonna get that all buttoned up here pretty early, hopefully early enough to like get them. As I'm filming this, it's been like very backlogged with a lot going on with passports and delays and things. So we're getting them done, should have them in time, but we are so excited. So stay tuned. I don't know what this video is gonna turn into, but stay tuned because we're gonna prep for some cruise. Munchkin! Munchkin! You're a little munchkin. I love munchkin. Okay, so chat about this trip. Originally, it started out as a few days at Disney for our Christmas, like going to the Christmas party, doing the first Christmas party, and then they've added Jollywood nights, so of course it's at Hollywood Studios, so I had to buy a ticket to Jollywood to at least try it. I'm hoping it's nice because we love Hollywood Studios. And then we were gonna go on our cruise. Like we were gonna do like 3 or 4 days and then 3 or 4 days with our cruise. So long story short, I had a trip in September that I was supposed to go on. I was going to do another 8 resorts in 8 days, working with some travel agents and creating content and everything, which I was very excited about. And then just had some stuff going on with my family. Long story short, I reached out to the agents. We had got it all moved around, and the only time with our schedule and like all of our other like family life and personal things that we're doing and events we're going to and other travel and whatnot, the only thing we could do is tack it on to this trip that we were planning on taking that was supposed to be just like 3 or 4 days and then 3 or 4 days on the cruise. So it's now turned into a 21-day trip. Yes, 3 weeks at some form of Disney. I am both excited and nervous a little bit. I'm like, the longest I think we've ever had a trip was like 8 or 9 days. We've always talked about wanting to go on a longer trip because we're like, okay, after that first week, you just feel like, okay, I'm just now, or at least for us anyway, we're just now getting into vacation mode. Like I need another week of this to like fully wind down and relax, and then I could go back. So now we're doing 3 weeks. It's gonna look a little different. Dean's there for some of it, he's not there for some of it. I'm gonna do the first almost basically week solo, and then he's gonna come down for a weekend, and then he has to come home for some work stuff, and then he's coming back down for the rest of the trip and the Christmas party. So it's a little bananas. But all that to say, if you're not following me on Instagram, I have lots and lots of Disney stories and content coming at you, so go ahead, follow over there. But we are 31 days away, and I'm so excited because I got a letter from Cruise Line. And so since this is like all prepping for our Disney cruise, which I'm so excited about. I just figured I would open this with you guys, obviously. I'm a first time cruiser, so this stuff gets me excited. But you know, even now, I still get excited when you like book your Disney vacation and like you book the room and then it takes you to the confirmation page and the little like Mickey balloons come up and it's like got your confirmation number and all that stuff on it. I still get goosebumps about that because I'm just like, I'm going on a trip, I'm going on vacation. So it still excites me. But this is like no different. But here we go. Let's open this and see what it is. It's nothing special. It's nothing to like write home about. It's not a letter saying, hey, you're getting your cruise for free, but it's, you know, it's something special. Like you look forward to these little things. Or at least I do. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. Do you like look forward to little stuff like this? Because I do. Oh, side note. My favorite part of a trip used to be when they would send you your little packet in the mail when you were going to Disney World, and they would send you those nice little yellow tags. Like you'll have to let me know if you remember the yellow tags that went on your suitcase when there was Magical Express and your luggage just magically ended up in your room, because I freaking loved that. If they bring that back, I will just like shout it from the rooftops. That will be my favorite thing again, if they will like handle your luggage transfers. I just thought that was so fun because you just, once you dropped it off at your home airport, you didn't touch it again. So that was really cool. But yeah, that was one of my favorite things that Disney ever mailed out. But back to this. Okay, so we've got the front is your vacation details and luggage tags. So we've got that there. So there's that. Let's see. Okay, so we have our luggage tags. Oh, these are like those. Okay, I'm really way too excited about this now. Okay, I think that's what those are. I'm not gonna turn them around because they have like numbers and barcodes. Okay, cool. This is so cool. I'm sorry, I'm like way too excited right now. So we're doing a 4-night very merry time Bohemian cruise from Port Canaveral on the Wish. Like, so excited. Me popping back in. If you are enjoying this video so far, I would love it if you would click that little red button and turn it from red to gray. Let's be internet besties. I am all the time sharing tips, tricks, and hacks for taking toddlers and little kids to Disney, our travel vlogs from all of our adventures along the way, as well as travel tips. So if that's something you're interested in, click the button and let's be virtual travel besties. Well, good morning. Hi. It is early. It is well, it's only 6:30. I've been up since 4:45 this morning, getting some work done, but that's not what I came on here to update. We are 24, I think. Let me double check on my phone. Yeah, 24 days out from our trip, and I need to book transportation. So that's what I'm going to do really quickly is like some of my prepping for Disney. This is definitely a question that I get a lot, is what transportation company do you use? And I love MCO, the number 2 Disney. I will have their website linked below. They're who we have been using for a bit now, and I really enjoy them. Honestly, they're a private transportation company, so you don't have any other stops. You can do like an SUV, you can do a sedan, you can do a like kind of sprinter van, multi-passenger van, like 12 people kind of thing in a van, like larger parties, things like that. And you don't have to make all the stops at the other resorts. You go straight there. They meet you at baggage claim. So if you have any checked bags, they'll help you with those. And so it's just such a great way to start your Disney trip. I understand some people like you need a budget-friendly option, but definitely price it out. They actually gave me a discount code to share with you guys, so it's pixiedustedmom. Again, I will have it with the link down below, but just my username, pixiedustedmom, and that will save you 10% off of your ride. And so I would definitely price it out to see, because especially once you start getting multiple people, if you divide that like round trip rate or trip rate out by multiple people, I know even before when we've went with my family and there were like 8 of us, it was actually cheaper for us to do private transportation than it was for us to take like the bus service, like Mirrors, Sunshine Flyer, anything like that. So not just trying to push
push you in a certain direction for transportation, because I know everybody has to make their own decision, but just like trying to share like my thought process behind it, because it's just, y'all, it's a much smoother way to start your trip. So let me go ahead and get this booked, because I just want to have it ticked off. Usually I do it a little bit before now, but here we are 24 days out and I need to get it done. So let's do that. All right, transportation is done. It took me 3 minutes to get that booked. Like, that was super easy. But I did want to say too that when you're doing this, because I also get questions about like, why are they asking for my flight information and all this other stuff? It's with that, they actually, with a transportation company, it's been like that with any transportation company that I've used. They've always asked that, and even others that I've heard other people use. They have that like your flight information. That way they can track the flight and they can know, without you having to constantly keep them monitored, if there's a delay, or if your flight's canceled or anything changes about your flight, they can do that. Or if you're going to get there early, because sometimes we've gotten in on a flight and it would be early. So that just kind of lets them know when to have the driver there so they can expect you and be on time. So that's just one thing I wanted to also share, is that that's kind of why they need that flight information. So it just makes it a little bit easier. But that's going to have transportation covered. Obviously, we've booked flights a while ago, so we've got that all set. So we're getting closer, you guys. We're getting closer.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to 14 days. Gosh, I look crazy. 14 days until Disney. It is a concealer and a little bit of mascara kind of day. I'm not doing a lot. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but Dean had went to Japan for work. So I was up very, very late last night getting him from the airport. Well, technically this morning. But it is 2 weeks until our Disney trip, and I'm so stinking excited about it. But I do need to start going over things. So this is the point for me where I'm like, okay, I need to like make sure I'm like starting to gather everything that we're gonna need, whether it's toiletries or make sure I've got like gear. Now for me, we've traveled quite frequently, so I'm pretty good on gear. But if this is like, you've not traveled in a minute, go ahead and pull out your gear and make sure you have what you need, or things that you can use for your trip. Make sure it's all in good working order, because you may have forgotten that the last time you were at the airport with your suitcase, the wheel was wobbly and like hopping all over the place and you may need a new suitcase or something like that, something random. So go ahead, check your gear and make sure you're actually like ready for this trip, because that's just, it's easy to forget those things, and I would rather start prepping now and be ahead of the game, because it's going to mean a lot less stressful when it comes to those last few days before the trip. I would rather be frantically searching for stuff now than later. Plus, if there's anything like sunscreen or whatever, like for me, I can't, like the sunscreen that I like, I can't get it locally. So I can't just run to Walmart or Target and pick it up, and I have to order it. So I like to make sure that, okay, do I have plenty of that? Things like that you've got to order. I know for me, Prime Days just happened a few days ago, so Amazon can't get me anything, and anything sooner, like anytime sooner than a week. So anything that I would need to order, it's going to be like a week out. So with that, all that being said, check your stuff, check your gear. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going over my packing lists. That is one thing that I do, is I go over my packing list and I go through and notate anything that I need to like get right now, and I'll add it to like a grocery list or something. Like if I'm doing a pickup order, I'll go ahead and add some of my toiletries. I'm going to be doing a little Dollar Tree run today, so we're going to pick up some little odds and things there. But I like to do that. I'll highlight things that I know, okay, this is going to have to be things that I'm going to pack day of. That way I cannot forget it, and I just kind of stupid proof it for myself, because there have been times that it's like, oh, I'll remember that. That's simple. Of course I'll remember to bring the sound machine that my children use every single night and need. And no, you don't. There's things that it seems super common, but you end up forgetting that. And then I'm also going to notate anything that I'm going to order with my groceries. So if there's like toiletries and things that I'm like, you know what, I don't want to pack that, I'm just going to order it and have it delivered there, I'll do that too. So let's start making some of those notes and then figure out what I'm going to need. Like when we go to the Dollar Tree, stuff like that, we'll get some little activities. But yeah, let's jump into 2 weeks until Disney. So logistics for this trip is it's going to be 3 weeks. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet in this video specifically, but it's a 3-week trip. So we're doing that, and for the flight down there, it'll just be myself. So I don't want to have all of these different suitcases of like each, like myself and the girls doing a like carry-on and a personal item together and like having to deal with 3 different suitcases all by myself. That just doesn't sound fun. And for 3 weeks, I don't want to pack light either and just do carry on and do like, okay, we're going to take 5 shirts and 5 shorts and we're just going to intermix and there'll be mix and match, and that's just what we're going to do. I'm not feeling that this time. Sometimes I feel like that, but this trip I'm just like, you know what, we're checking bags, we're doing it, we're going all in. So that is what it's looking like on this trip, and just looking a little different. I may do one carry-on, or I may just do like a diaper bag and then like a purse, like a diaper bag and then like a personal item kind of thing. I don't know, we'll get into that in a bit once I fully decide. I'm still thinking that through. But I do know we're gonna at least do 2 checked bags, maybe 3. We'll see once we get into the packing stuff, but 2 for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm pulling those out of the closet. That way they're ready to go. Also, unrelated to packing, but more about the unpacking, is when you get home, highly recommend tossing a dryer sheet into each of your suitcases. That way it just makes it smell nice, because it may or may not have had kind of smelly clothes in there on the way home, especially if you had some dirty things or whatever. That way it smells nice and clean when you open up the suitcase. You could also do the same thing with a paper towel and do like some essential oils if that's more your vibe. You could totally do that too. So a couple of different options, but it just makes it smell like so nice when you open up your suitcase and it doesn't stink. Okay, so another thing that's a great thing to do before your trip is to do a brain dump. So I like to, a couple weeks out from my trip, is do that. Just grab a blank piece of paper and a notebook that you're actually going to look at, or just a blank piece of paper in general. But I like to brain dump all of the things that I need to do in order to be ready for the trip. So I have my packing list, which kind of keeps me on track of what I need to pack. But sometimes there's things that you just need to do that you're like, oh, I want to be able to clean out the refrigerator before we leave, or I need to go pick up this, or I need to put our mail on hold, or whatever the case is. So just all those little things that can creep up, and then you're sitting at the airport and that's when you remember to do it. But if you have a trip coming up, I highly recommend grabbing a piece of paper right now as you're like watching this video and making some notes of things you want to accomplish before your trip. Also, I heard this random fact the other day about the 2 weeks leading up, or the few weeks leading up basically, before your vacation, no matter where you're going, but before your vacation are the most productive days of like your year, basically, especially if you like vacation once a year. And so I found that so interesting to hear that was like so productive, because I know that like you're so excited, and that was kind of what they were talking about, is you're really excited, you're ready for this trip and you're looking forward to it, so you're wanting to get like all these things done, and so you just have this high, like not a runner's high, but kind of in a similar vein. So you're like really pumped, you're really excited, and you are so productive. So today and now is the time to get that stuff done. So just lean into that excitement about your trip, but also making that list is going to help you not forget things and cause you to be a lot less stressed, or at least for me. I mean, there's no like scientific studies on this, but when I do a brain dump before a trip and I know I have all of this stuff knocked out, and then as I think of things, I can come and add it to my like brain dump list of things I need to do, that really helps. And then as I'm planning out my week or 2 before the trip, I can start adding these things to my days and make sure to get those done. And that way you're not like day before frantic rushing, because yes, you can pull a trip together day before, A lot of us haven't done that before, but honestly, it's not the most relaxing and not the greatest way to start your vacation. So even if your trip is like a year from now or whatever, start doing these little things. Like have a little notebook that you're like, okay, this is gonna be my travel notebook. You've got your printables, like you've got your packing list, like all your notes, all your things, and just make that your little like central location for all of your fun stuff. And that way, as you're thinking of everything, you can write it down and you won't forget. Chaotic quick. Some days it's like we do really good, and then others it's a little wild, and we are the noisiest people in the store. I don't know, maybe I just have noisy kids. But mine are just constantly like, and I'm like,
Mommy, there's a balloon behind you.
I know, there is a balloon behind me, like right now. But I got supplies. We'll go over that, I don't know, maybe later today, maybe another day. We'll see.
I'm playing my balloon in the gun.
So yeah, I'll catch up with you later whenever I'm doing more prep work. Now I'm gonna like try to figure out lunch and get home. And of course we're on the way home, and I remembered like 3 other things that I meant to get there. Guess I'm making another Dollar Tree run at some point. Oh, good morning, you guys. I feel like I look like a hot mess. My hair dry shampoo is marinating. Like, it's Sunday afternoon, okay? We've had the busiest weekend. Like, this is the weekend before we leave for Disney. We leave in 8 days. We leave today, this is Sunday, and we leave next Sunday. And like, it has been the busiest weekend we've had all year long. So Friday night, Dean and I went to the Jonas Brothers concert in Nashville. Last night we had to drive to Bowling Green, and we met family for dinner. Kind of met halfway and did a little dinner thing, and they asked the girls to be flower girls in their wedding, so that'll be fun. Very excited about that. And then tonight we're having in my family we have a lot of October birthdays, so we're doing like a big October birthday celebration over at my brother's house. So like we're doing a lot, you guys. Like, it is the busiest weekend. But today, that's not what I got in here to talk to you about, but today's packing tip. Oh my gosh, I can't even put words together. I had coffee this morning, you guys. I don't normally drink a lot of coffee, but lately I've been drinking coffee because I've got a lot to do. But I'm gonna fold while I talk. But with that being said, today's packing tip is before you start packing, do all your laundry. Like, everybody's laundry, top to bottom, everybody's, do it all. Like, anything that's dirty, get it washed. That way, for one, it makes packing a lot easier. You're not having to worry about, oh, is this dirty? Am I gonna have to wash this before I can put it in the suitcase? You kind of get all of that out of the way, and it makes it a lot easier because, I mean, yeah, you'll probably buy some new outfits for your trip, but every single outfit you wear is likely not going to be brand new from the store, or honestly, it doesn't have to. Let me save you some money. Every outfit doesn't have to be brand new. I love buying outfits and new things, but everything doesn't have to be new. You can add pieces to it or jewelry or add some ears to it and make a home outfit a great Disney outfit. But having all of this done, it just makes packing so much easier. But then also it does laundry. That way you're not coming home or right before your trip having to do this massive amount of laundry. If you can stay on top of it leading up to your trip, it will help you so much between packing and just being a lot more relaxed. Like when I have the laundry done, there's just a level of relaxation that goes into knowing that everybody's clothed. My husband's not gonna be asking, hey, did you wash underwear lately or whatever. We're good to go. So that is your laundry tip for day 8, is do your laundry, like all of it, all of it. Okay, you guys, we are 4 days until our gigantic trip. So I want this stuff to start coming together a little bit more. I want to start putting clothes into the suitcase. I'm going to go ahead and start packing my makeup. Usually I do this a few days before now, but it's just been one of those weeks and we're getting it done now. So that's that. I picked up this makeup case and we're really excited about it. Saw it on Amazon. It was one of those Amazon tells you what to buy things, and I'm like, that's really pretty, and I like that it's clear. And I had been using like this a little clear bag, and I'm like, I think I may like this better. So it's, I don't know, I think I like this better. So I got this case. It was really inexpensive. Zips open, so you can see it's just kind of a little hinge there. But I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing my makeup in here. I will have a link that shares like, this is my Disney makeup, so I'm not talking you through it and making this video even longer, but that's what I'm gonna do now. So if you used to go to Disney before kids, like before you had your kids, and then you've recently started going with your kids, you're going to understand this statement a little bit better. I forgot how to Disney when I had them. Like, okay, so every time we would go, for the longest time, with the exception of maybe our honeymoon, I would buy envelopes and use them for our tips. For mousekeeping. So housekeeping, mousekeeping is what it's lovingly called by Disney people. I don't know if Disney called it mousekeeping, but that's what we lovingly call it as fans. But mousekeeping, and then for tips for like bell services and stuff like that, because of having like a base rate. So how I would do it is you have like, okay, this is what you tip for mousekeeping and whatever you decide, and you put it in the envelope, and that way you can have that. But then like for bell services, I'll do the same thing. I'll know, okay, we're gonna have this many bags, so I'm gonna tip this, but then I'll have some extra cash. Like if the person's just like, wow, they're on it, they're awesome, like they deserve even more, and they just go above and beyond, I go above and beyond with the tip. So this like, I mean, I don't want to get into a whole like debate about tipping, because I know that's so like controversial, of tipping or not tipping, or how much to tip, or you're tipping too much, or you're not tipping enough, or whatever. So we're not going to argue. We're just, make sure you tip. Those people are working really hard and they deserve a tip. But with that being said, I've got my envelopes here, so I'm gonna go through and write mousekeeping, bell services, stuff like that on it. And then I picked up these stickers from the Dollar Tree, and just to kind of bedazzle them a little bit, I'm gonna let the girls kind of decorate them a little bit later. And that way it's fun, and especially like for mousekeeping, when you leave it in the room, they know for sure that's for them. And it also just, I don't know, like it's better than just leaving cash and a little sticky note that says mousekeeping or something. I just feel like it's a little cuter. It's a little DIY. I know there's like shops on Etsy where you can get these like printable envelopes and like all this stuff like that. I just prefer to DIY it, and I think it'll be fun. It's the way I've always done it, and I think their girls will enjoy it too. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna write on these envelopes, and then it's a little bit before they wake up, so I'm gonna get this done, and that way maybe while I'm making breakfast they can sticker the envelopes. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, and to clarify, because I don't remember if I said this or not, but when I say I forgot how to Disney, I was not tipping, for those concerned. I was still tipping, I was just using cash and not making it fun. So I'm just getting back to being fun again. Next thing on the to-do list is to wash the Vista. That is the stroller that I'm going to be taking with me for this long trip, because we're going to be doing so many Skyliner resorts. I'll do a bit of it solo, and so being able to not have to take the girls out of a side-by-side stroller and collapse it to get on the Skyliner, it's just going to be so much easier. As well as I've heard that an inline stroller is also better on a cruise because the hallways like leading up to the staterooms and stuff are very narrow. So I'm thinking, even though it's our larger, like it feels a little bit larger, anything we're gonna have to like fold it and put it in the room especially when we're on the cruise for the stateroom. So with this, my goal is we can just take the seats off, collapse it down, and maybe slide it under the bed in the stateroom. So that's the plan. And then once we're at Disney, it's fine. We can like park it inside the room and we don't have to collapse it. But that is our best option, and I don't want to go out and buy a brand new stroller for this, or buy like 2 umbrella strollers for the cruise. Like, I don't want to have to do that. And like some of the time being solo, I can't use 2 different strollers. Like I can't push 2 strollers at once. Like that's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna wash this one, get it all clean. That's one thing I like to do before the trips, is at least start with it clean. It looks like it has been through a war zone by the time we're done with it, but we're gonna start clean at least. So Dean actually started this for me the other day. So he has the first seat fabric off. So I'm just gonna take the other one off. I have to get the canopy off and then get the fabric part off of the seat. It's really easy on the Vista. You can actually just Google it or like search it here on YouTube, and there are different like tutorials on how to do it. So it's super simple to be able to wash it. Sometimes I will take the fabric off of these and wash like the canopies, and while yes, they probably need it being that white color, I don't want the leather to fade onto it any more than it already has. So I'm just gonna let it go for now. Maybe some other time I can like spot clean it and take some time with it, but for now I'm just gonna let it go. Okay, just like that, the seat fabric is off of the stroller. We have now moved upstairs into our playroom office area. I have all of our clothes like laid out behind me. So I want to start getting things into packing cubes, getting them into the suitcase, because all of this stuff we're not going to need over the next few days. Toiletries and stuff I'll have to wait until a little bit closer to time. I'll kind of go over a little bit of that, but I don't know that I'm going to be packing that in today's video. I am going to though be filming a day before vacation vlog that's going to go live in a bit. So it'll be like the full day before. So all those last minute things, all the prepping, everything that goes into the very last day before you go on vacation. We have a very early flight. It leaves at like 7:10 in the morning. So we're gonna get up super early on Sunday morning to go and fly to Disney, but let's start getting these things into some cubes. I'm gonna use this boxy bag here from Amy Small World. I usually use her like clear zipper bags. I don't have one here to show you, but if you've seen any of my other packing videos, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna use this to put all of that stuff in. I'm using this for our pajamas, so all of our like family jammies and everything, that way it's all in one consolidated spot. And I love that these have the clips, so I can even hang this up in the bathroom and be able to grab them out as like we hop out of the shower and getting dried off, get the girls out of the bath, can dry them off and go ahead and throw them in their pajamas. So very like loving this idea, and I love that it has the hook on it. It's awesome. It is buckle, so if you need to like buckle it around a towel rack or something like that, you can totally do that. You don't have to worry about it just being a hook. So let's get some jammies in here and do that. Also ignore all the stuff on that shelf for the play area. We live here, okay? It's not perfect and aesthetically pleasing, so that it is what it is. But it is what it is. Let's just jump into this. And the little jammies I'm packing, I don't know if they're still in stock. I will link them. But you can sign up for restock notifications, I think, but they're the Christmas jammies from Little Sleepies. I shared about them on Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram and you want like when stuff releases, like things that sell out like these jammies, I definitely share a lot of that stuff in my stories and stuff, that way you can see it right when it goes live. But these are so cute. I thought they were adorable, super soft, and also like not super warm. So I appreciated that. The girls sleeping in their slumber pods, things like that, it makes it nice. So I've got it in here. That's how that's looking. And then I picked up these from Kohl's. They're these little, they love these throughout the entire rest of the year. The girls, like my mom had got them a couple from Walmart, and so I got them this Christmas one, and it's like fur lined at the hem. It's like fake fur, but you know what I mean. It's supposed to be fancy. So they are going to love these. They are all things girly and princess, so they're all about it. Of course, matching, because if one has one thing, they both have to have it. So there's that. And then for my other pair of pajamas, I'm taking this little short set. It's like a little satin short set, and it has these like long sleeves up top. It's like a button shirt, so super comfortable. And I love wearing this. I've been wearing that at home already, and I'm like, oh, this feels so nice. So grabbing that, throwing that in here. There we go. Oh, and this is her cruise print. How cute is that? And then I'm also going to take this cozy set. It's like pants and a shirt. Sometimes I get really cold in hotel rooms. I don't know why. And it's like everybody else is like, no, it feels comfortable in here. And I'm like, I think you guys are gaslighting me because I am freaking cold. But I'm going to take these and have them as like my cozy outfit. So I've got that. And then I'm also going to take, one tip is no matter the weather, whether there's rain on your forecast or not, take your rain jacket, take an umbrella. Even if you don't take an umbrella, take a rain jacket or a poncho if you're a poncho family. I just like the reusableness, and they don't like stick to you and stuff as bad as like a poncho does. So I love a rain jacket, team rain jacket all the way. Your stroller rain cover, take it and keep it in your stroller at all times. So I'm going to be using another one of those boxy bags for this. I'm making sure it's clear so that I can put all of my rain gear in this, and then when I have to go through security at the parks and everything, it's all consolidated and it's all in a single little bag here. And then I can also have this, I can clip it to the stroller if I don't want to put it in the basket down below. If I need to hold on to it while I'm getting on the Disney bus after I fold up my stroller, that sort of thing, it just works a little bit better. So I'm going to pack all of our rain gear into here. So let's do that. Okay, so couldn't get my rain jacket in here as well. I really needed another one of that size bag, like I just put the pajamas in. So this is the medium size, and that's the large. And if I would have had the large, everything would have fit. So I definitely will need to get another like large size for this, or end up, no, I really like that for our like bathroom situation. So I'll just probably order another large size in a different print or something to be able to use that, because this is, I'm really excited about this, you guys. So I think it's going to be awesome and perfect for keeping all that rain gear in. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. Okay, next up I wanted to show you my kind of undergarments bag and a shoes bag. So this is a 2-tier shoe bag. I've had this for a while, but I've not needed to use it with flying, personal item carry-on only. But today we're checking bags, so I'm using this guy. So on the top thinner layer, it's meant for like sandals or flip-flops, something like that. But I'm using it for my undergarments. So I have my bras, socks, underwear, all that good stuff is in this top compartment. And then in the bottom compartment, you just zip it around, and it has shoes in it. So ignore my nasty looking sandals, but it just is what it is. So I have my regular, like fancier, we're going to dinner, out to eat sandals. And then I have these are road hard, put up wet kind of things. And they're not super cute, but they are comfortable. I'm gonna go with that. And then I am taking a pair of tennis shoes. I'm taking my Allbirds with me. And so for those, since they're my bulkiest pair, even though they're not like super bulky, they're bulkier than sandals are, I'm going to wear those tennis shoes on the plane and be nice and comfortable. So that is what I'm planning on doing for that. Next up, I'm going to be using these compression packing cubes and going in and putting in all of my daughter's socks, underwear, undershorts, things like that in it. So instead of pairing it with the outfit, since this is a 3-week long trip, I'm putting them all into this single little bag, and then I can pull out as needed each day, and then it's all in one concise spot. I'm also going to take and put our backup swimsuit in here as well. So that's all going to go into this one little packing cube.
And then again, for their shoes, I'm gonna put the swim shoes in our little swim bag. So these are really thin, take up very little space. They're bulky shoes that they're going to be wearing on their feet for the airport. And then the rest are sandals that I'm gonna take for them to wear and just like have for nicer dinners, things like that. We'll have those in there, as well as some ballet flats. So we'll be taking those along for them as well. So if they want to dress up, we're doing something a little fancier, we've got those in here too. Okay, now for outfits. So we have week number 1 along the back, week number 2 here, and then week number 3 here at the front. Some of this is extra stuff, mix and match things, stuff for a cruise, stuff like that. But I am going to be kind of intermixing. Usually I am a 2 outfit per day kind of person, especially if we're going for like a week. I just think it's easier to have a backup outfit. Sometimes you want to refresh because you're hot and sweaty after a nice little midday shower back in the room. We're midday break people usually, so that's kind of what our thought process is. But with this trip, I am just doing like 1 outfit per day and then mix and matching for other days. That way we can have like, we have a backup outfit, a change of clothes, but I'll do laundry. So suffice it to say, that's what's going to happen. So I'm hoping, we'll see. I may be overly optimistic as I have these larger packing cubes like this, and I'm hoping to put all of 1 week into that cube and then all of another week into another one of those. It's probably not going to happen, especially this week, because these dresses are significantly poofier. Like I have some of these days I do have 2 outfits, or it's like thicker stuff, or I have cardigans to layer with it, things like that. We'll see. I'm just going to start packing and set this up. So we're just going to speed through this, get it in there. If you want to see like outfits and things like that, I will try to link as many as I can below. I will have one a little like link that says outfits, and it'll be for everybody's outfits, and you can go over and kind of check things out from there. And then some random things I'm tossing in are these Ziploc bags. I got some snack size, some sandwich size, but that way when I get groceries, I can go ahead and portion things out if I need to. And then I'm also going to, if you are around the channel very long, you know I have an owner's locker. I'm going to put the rest of those in an owner's locker. I could have ordered them with my groceries, but I just ended up picking them up here, so I'm packing them instead. And then this case, I am so excited about it. I will link it down below because it's awesome, but it is for your phone for when you go to like a water park or you go to the beach, anything like that. Like if I'm gonna ride, well, I'm not gonna be riding Splash Mountain right now because it's closed and they're retheming it to Tiana, but you know, get what I mean. If a water ride, Kelly River Rapids, something like that, you can put it down in there, but your phone literally fully functions. And then on this side, it has a window to be able to still take pictures and videos, and it's still really, really clear. Some of them are so cheap, like the footage ends up like blurry, or pictures end up like super blurry and cloudy, and this one is not. So it is awesome. Comes in this kind of lilac color, and then they also have it in a black. I'm gonna literally, we liked it so much, I'm gonna get one for Dean for his phone so he can have one as well. I'm gonna pack that too. And then I'm also got this little reusable like bag here that I've shoved all of our liquid IVs into. We have a bit of a surplus here at home, so I'm just gonna pack it instead of ordering it there. But I have the kids liquid IVs down in here. I've got regular liquid IVs for us. Let's see. No, I have kids in here somewhere. Here's the kids one. So they've got different flavors for the kiddos. So I have all of that zipped up, and we're gonna take that because hydration is key, and I love a good liquid IV, acai berry. It's just very refreshing and also very hydrating, which is much needed at Disney. And then I do 2 different toiletry bags. So this one is our wash bag. So this has razor, shaving cream, stuff to bathe the girls, wash their hair, all that good stuff that goes into the shower, goes in the wash bag here. And then this bag has all of our stuff that goes on the counter. So your hairbrush, your deodorant, Q-tips, nail trimmers, all the kinds of things like that. Anything that's a toiletry that needs to go in there goes into this bag. So that'll be tucked into the suitcase, and that it just kind of gets put out, set on the counter. And I love that it's clear on both sides, so like I can dig through and find what I need, but it's also not separated. Sometimes I like to separate, but lately I've just been enjoying it, throwing it all in one bag and just keeping it super simple. So that is what the toiletry situation is looking like. Now I need to pop these into the suitcase, and we'll see what else I need to pack.
Now, a little pro packing tip, especially if you're using a packing list or you've written things down or whatever, don't check it off until you actually put it in the suitcase. Don't be like, okay, well, I'm gonna need shaving cream for my trip. Check, I bought shaving cream. Don't check it off until it goes in your toiletry bag, or even your clothes, your outfits, things like that. Don't check off swimsuits until you've actually put them in the suitcase, especially if you are a parent of a toddler, preschooler, little kid who's just interested in packing and what you're doing. It's very natural for kids to be very inquisitive of what their parents are doing, and so that's just kind of a natural thing. But there have definitely been times that it was one of those, oh my god, I'm glad I saw this, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known that the girls had grabbed it, because I'll like make a little pile in like, or a basket or something, and start putting trip stuff in that basket, and then they'll take stuff out of the basket. So don't check it off until it's actually in the suitcase and it's zipped up and you're good to go. That way you're just, make sure you don't forget anything super important. Next thing I'm going to be taking is my girls' little mini district backpacks. I love these, and they each have one of these little small ones, but I'm going to put all of their like tablet, their headphones, and an activity, like a little coloring activity, and then like 1 or 2 other things, just that way they have their own stuff. They've gotten to where they like carrying a backpack because they see me do it all the time, and they're like, backpack like mommy, and they're like all excited about it. So my kids love it. And so I'm gonna take both of them theirs, but then I will have a like tote bag that I'm gonna carry on. So I'm checking the 2 suitcases, and my goal is to just do my backpack diaper bag with my computer and all that stuff in it, change of clothes, things that I need to carry for them, extra snacks, whatnot. And then I'm gonna have a tote bag with me that's gonna have our swimsuits. That way, if we get there and the room isn't ready, but we need to kill some time, I can drop our luggage at Bell Services without having to open up a suitcase. I've got the swim stuff right there with me, and we can just head on over to the pool after we drop off our luggage. And so that's my plan, is to have those 4 bags going on. So my diaper bag, the tote bag, and then the 2 girls' little backpacks. Lucy, for sure, she's 4, so she's definitely into carrying her backpack, and just be like, hey, you out like this, you do have to carry it on the plane. So that way I can have her do that. But I will have that tote bag empty enough to where I could slide both of them down in there. We are flying Southwest. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. We are flying Southwest, so I can do a personal item and a carry-on for the 3 of us. So we have plenty of bags to take, but I just don't want to have to deal with a lot on the plane. I had considered taking like a little rolling, like not checked bag, but a rolling carry-on bag with the tote and my diaper bag. But I'm like, if I can just get it into those 2 suitcases, I think I'm just gonna stick with that to simplify. And And I think that's what I'm gonna do, just to keep it all into, and especially with all of the resort switching, I found that it's so much easier if I can just have them in a couple of big suitcases. So yes, it does take the time of checking the bags at your home airport and picking them up at the carousel and all of that stuff. But when you're doing this extensive of a split stay and you're just like jumping from resort to resort, it's just easier to throw it all in a suitcase and zip it up and have one big suitcase versus having all these separate little bags and tote bags and little small suitcases and all this stuff. I just find it a little bit easier. So that's what we're gonna be doing for that. I'm gonna go ahead and have these ready. I will pack them up probably last minute, so that'll be one of those Saturday things that I do, but I am going ahead and grabbing out the bags and just having everything prepped so that I'm ready to pack stuff up. Alright guys, so I think I am as packed as I can be for today. So I've got the suitcases laying open. I have those last minute things. I've got to put my hair drying brush in there. I'll need to put my makeup. Things like that will need to go in these bags. But I can't do that until Sunday morning. So they're just gonna lay here for the time being until I'm ready to go. But I hope you guys have enjoyed following along with today's video. If you did, don't forget to click the thumbs up button down below. Click the red subscribe button, turn it from red to gray. Let's be Disney internet besties. Have little travel friends here online. I absolutely love my little community. But thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Well, I didn't have to sit on it to close it, so there's that. Alright. Here we go. 43. Yes. Okay. Now this one. She's heavier. Yep, it is definitely heavier. Oh, 48. 48 pounds. Yeah. I'm good.